So Jesus and Buddha, right. So that's a great question. So I think what people get completely totally wrong about Jesus and Buddha, and yes, there was a lot of lessons there. We talk a lot about great sages throughout, history and the messages that they gave to humanity, and a lot of similarities with, Krishna, Confucius, Jesus, Buddha, Siddhartha, right, which is Buddha. So there's a lot of similarities there in a lot of their teachings and what they convey. Jesus talked a lot in parables, didn't really give you direct answers, but talked in parables. And so you kind of had to decipher some of those, which I think is brilliant. But the one lesson, the huge lesson, I think that gets totally overlooked and just completely misplaced is that Jesus, Buddha taught us the one thing that you can get in this lifetime, and it just gets totally passed over and missed, and that is one can achieve total enlightenment in this life. That what they told us, or what they taught us, I should say, is that it is possible to achieve total and absolute enlightenment. If you look at this story of Siddhartha, Buddha, right, under the Bodhi tree, right, so the story goes. Now, whether these events occurred or not is really irrelevant. We can debate that till we're blue in the face, but let's just look at the surface of what it is and how we can learn a lesson from this, right? Basically, he confronts himself, his demons, right? And he basically says to his demons, you're no longer a part of me, I let you go. So he released all these fears, he released all these anxieties, all these angst that he had throughout his life. And he was broke, he was very rich, he went very broke, and then he came back and he found that the middle ground is the way to go, right? But what did he do? You're not a part of me, I let you go. And at that moment, he achieved enlightenment. His light body, right? Jesus, right? So he goes out 40 days, 40 nights. He starts to understand who he is, what he's all about. But what did he say? I'm in you, you are me, we are one. What I can do, you can do, and more. So basically, he's telling you that you are the same. You are basically, essentially, an enlightened one, right? So that's the thing that gets, I think, missed, is so many people look outside of themselves to these deities, so-called, which is what none of them wanted. I mean, Jesus said, don't idol, right? Or don't have false idols. And I think he meant including himself. He meant to idolize, if anybody, was to love yourself, which is what basically he was talking about. Enlightenment. He says that I'm in you, you are me, we are one, therefore you are also enlightened. And I think if we start to understand that we are the enlightened ones, we have the power, we can achieve that within this lifetime. It might take some of the stress off of people who continue to strive to look outward and try to find this sort of enlightened life when it already exists within, that you already have it, that it is possible to achieve it within this lifetime. So I think that's the lesson that we really want to try to understand, what some of these great sages have taught us throughout the years. I hope that answers the questions, but anyways, that's my take.